is what happens when you give a bunch of locals a radio station and tell them to play the 80s and more. B1039.
Morning sun lights the day, Pat and Brian on the way. Stories of a small town life. Sports and joy cut like a knife. Hot stove leaguing full of chat. High school dreams and college stats. Wednesday morning, tales unfold. Memories and news retold. Tune in, B1039. Curry's voice and life's sweet line. Sheriff Miller by his side. Lively bluegrass, heart sublime.
And time for Curry's Hot Stove League, brought to you by Zott's Bar and Grill, Doug and Roxanne and everybody there. Also by the Daggett Gilbert Funeral Home and by Big Rapids Tire, along with Curry's Samico, of course. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, Bob.
Hey.
We're alone in the studio, just you and I.
Yeah, but
Is there a song, You and I?
yeah, Lionel Richie.
You
I think.
and I,
Yeah.
yeah,
You and I.
baby, now you and I,
Yeah.
Bobby and Pat.
Did we attempt
The Pat and Bob
singing
Show.
yesterday? And
Brian's gone today.
okay, yeah.
He has to work once in a while at the
Yeah.
Sheriff's Department on Wednesday mornings. He has the jail and Sheriff's Committee meeting with the commissioners, I believe. So
Big
be
responsibility.
a little
so-
mouse in that meeting. The coffee's good this morning, though, folks, and so is the air that you're breathing. Thank the good Lord.
Yep.
We have a sunny day today.
Yes,
Beautiful
very
weather.
nice.
We're in shorts in September. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, compared to yesterday when you couldn't see. I turned onto Perry yesterday morning, and I could not see to the top of the hill from Ferris Drive. That's how
Really?
bad it was. Yeah.
Right.
So this morning it was refreshing, but
Yeah.
now we have. I call it Ferris Henge when you're coming down Perry
Yeah.
at the particular time of the morning, and that sun comes right down over the top of the library, right into your eyes.
You know, I have a great life, and I just want to thank everybody out there that's made it that way. There's just too many of you to mention. But as I said that, I thought of Paulette DeVries. You know, I mean, I keep on bringing her and Ronnie up all the time on the radio, but I tell you what, she's so complimentary on other people's posts on Facebook. Some people don't like some people, but she likes everybody. You know, I love her. But anyway, she just won. And like this morning, you know, Willie Shively comes in, and Joe Bayshaw, Randy Vetter, Bleeker, and Seth Wenger, and of course Pete Kent. You know, I mean, he's a staple there. I guess sometimes we just don't appreciate all our friends all the time, do we, until they're gone. And so if you have a friend out there you haven't reached out in a long time, just give them a call. It doesn't take much, you know. Just dial that number and say, good morning, how you doing? Hope you have a great day, you know. That being said, a guy pulls up to the gas station pump this morning, and I hollered at him. I said, come on in. And when you're done pumping there, he said, I will. And boy, you know, he brought a smile to everybody at the table, and they all said, wow, Andy Brockema. You know, he's the coach at Chippewa it's over there in central Michigan.
CMU.
You know, he would be a great motivative speaker, and I tell you why I say that. He has that tone of voice, right? You've talked to Andy, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And he has that great body language. I don't know if he realizes that gift that he has. But he's always pretty positive, but he's a realist. Mm-hmm. He understands that, you know, this is the way it is. But I don't want to be like this is the way it is. I want to be better than that.
Right.
And to be better than that, you got to be there. You know, the key to success in business, coaching, or whatever, and this is the reason you and I are here right now alone, because the folks that we're going to be talking to in about 2 minutes are there at their businesses, be it a coach, be it a teacher, be it a businessman or whatever, or a dental hygienist. They're there. You know, you got to be at your business if you're going to be successful. So it's kind of tough to get somebody in the studio, and that's why I elected to just go ahead and give them a call.
Yeah.
I said, you know, I called Ryan Hodges a few weeks back, and I said, I'd love to have you on the show. He says, gosh, Pat, you know, during football, you know, we have team meetings, we have coaches meetings. It's just so hard to get away. I said, Ryan, can I call you? Gosh, that'd be great. Yeah, because then I
There you
can
go.
be here, take 10 minutes out of my schedule instead of an hour. So instead of having one guest today, we've got multiple. I think we have like about 6. We're going to talk to Scott Schenkel, head coach up the Reed City Coyotes at 9:05. Is it 9:05 yet, Bob?
Yeah, it is.
Well, let's give them a jingle here, and we'll get rolling here.
All right. Well, you got to fill in time here, so let me dial.
Fill in a spot. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. The 5th caller in today.
Well, we can't have calls when I'm calling.
Oh, you can't, can you? Well, we'll have to worry about that. I was going to play a little game this morning and give away $1 million for the 5th caller, but I guess that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob. You got me out of that one.
All right. So I don't know if we're connecting through. Hold on.
Well, anyway, they're all there in their respectful places. So
hold on. Got to do this again here. See, you got me all frustrated. So that's
well, at least you didn't say the other word.
Yeah. So all right. So do we have a dial tone? Okay. Here we go.
Okay. Good. Hallelujah. I'm getting old. Sun is shining. Look at those leaves over there at the airport. They're starting to change, aren't they?
There we go.
It'd be nice if people could be like the trees, change into beautiful, beautiful trees, just like beautiful people.
Hello.
Coach Scott.
Yes.
Pat Curry here at 103.9. How are you this
I got to
morning?
say you're on the air, so.
Oh, he knows that.
Well, I know, but
He
I got to
knows
tell
that.
him that.
Oh, go ahead.
Federal law.
He's only got a few minutes, so we're going to get right to the point. Scott, your first week wasn't so great. Second week you played who, and what did you do to turn it around?
We played Belding, and kids had a great week of practice. Stepped it up. They were focused and locked in all week, and they executed the game plan better than we've done in a long time, and obviously it showed up on Friday night for us.
Yeah, again, I always smile when I think you Coyotes up there because you guys have so much pride. When you do get beat, you're going to come out and beat somebody, aren't you? I mean, it doesn't last very long, does it?
No, we had to take a look at ourselves, and we knew we didn't play great week one. We weren't very consistent on offense. A lot of missed assignments, poor execution. Defense, we had a couple missed assignments, and they caught us on it. But other than that, we played pretty good defensively all year. So, and the offense is starting to get things going a little bit now.
Yeah, you still got me smiling here because I tell you what, you guys, you overcome everything. I mean, every time you think you don't have it right, you're going to say, okay, we got to make it right, and it's a team effort, and you got them buying into that really well. Let's talk about Belding a little bit. You went down there, you played against your former head coach of Reed City, Monty Price, right?
Correct.
And what's it like to, when you first go out on the field, do you guys shake hands and say how you been? Do you talk before the game at all? Or you just look at each other and just say best of luck to you and hope you get your butts whipped? But you guys really came out strong, and I'm sure he's got a pretty good team down there, and I'm sure he had them ready. But what did you do to offset that confidence that they would normally come in with a Monty Price kind of team? I know I asked several questions there. I apologize, but I'm going too fast.
So first of all, we talked before the game and shook hands, and then it was all business after that. We just had to come in, and we prepped our kids all week that they were going to be prepared. They were going to be tough, and we had to come out and execute the game plan. And we also took the approach all week long that it was just another game. It was another playoff type game because they're a quality team and a team that you see in the playoffs. And our kids had to have that focus that it's just one game at a time. And that week was just the game against Belding, and that's how it was.
Yeah, well, it was a great victory. Now I know you have a great group there as one big family when they come out on that field. Was there an unsung hero during that game that popped up and you said, wow, he outplayed himself there, or did they just play up to your expectations?
I think as a team we played up to our expectations. Like I said, our linebacker or our defense was lights out. We had a couple kids step in up on the defensive line that didn't play as much the week one, and seen some good things from them when they were in week one and on film, and I'm like, we got to get these kids in, and they showed up front for us. But the offensive line showed up too for us by getting some push and movement, and we kind of kept them off balance at times with our offense and everything. So it made it when you get pushed in our offense, it helps out a ton. If you're winning the line of scrimmage, and obviously on the other side of it, if you can win the line of scrimmage, it makes a world of difference too when you're playing against a team.
So do you have a game ball that you give out every game, or the whole team gets that ball? I mean, do you set aside one guy and just say, hey, you played your balls, you played your feet off? Do you do that, Scott? I forget sometime we're on air here.
I
I'm not
won't
at the
finish your
mayor's
comment,
table.
Pat, but I know where you're going with that one.
Right.
We give out stickers, helmet stickers to the kids, and so the whole defense got one for playing defense.
Wow.
Because they were, when you shut a team out that just scored 63 points a week before.
I know it. How do you do?
You're going to reward kids for that. So
how do you do that?
Like I said, they just played really well. We executed. We have the mentality.
Yeah.
When we watch their film the week before, all of their touchdown plays were like 50 or 60-yard plays. They were all big plays.
Yeah.
So we were talking all week long, make them grind it out, and don't give up the big plays. And I think we might have given up one big pass for maybe 30 yards in the game, and we made the tackle. So we also have the motto of bend but don't break. Live to play another down on defense. So
yeah. What now? Do they play the same offense that you play? Because I mean.
Yeah, we're pretty similar still. A lot of things are still mirrored, so we still do a lot of the same stuff. We've changed a few things up, but not much.
Yeah.
So it's like looking at yourself in a mirror. Just instead of red, it was orange. Everything was pretty much similar. So.
Wow. So is there any particular names you want to mention today, or no, not really, the whole team, eh?
Team-wise, hats off to our offensive line. I think our inside linebackers right now are playing really good, and that's
Who's your
Tyler
offensive
Woodside
line?
and Ethan Phillips are doing great. But they got some dudes in front of them that are, taking on blockers and making life a little easier for them to come downhill.
What is your name of your
He's
line?
been pretty good on the edge. So I would love to mention every kid on my team because they've all just the work ethic they put in during the week,
right?
And then going out and performing on Friday because, we have 26 dudes that, show up. So, and, even our kicker was big in that Belding game. I think he was 3 for 3 in extra points and hit a field goal too. So,
what's his name?
Ethan Hansen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my Lord. That's Buck Harrison's grandson.
No.
Oh, different Hansen?
No, that's not Ryan's son. Ryan's are all graduated. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Different Hansen.
Yep.
What did
S-O-N, not S-E-N, yep.
Did you talk to Monty after the game?
Yeah. A little bit, just briefly. He said, hey, you guys, way come out and kick our butt, and great job, and, very, very, very humble, very, very good conversation.
Yeah, professionals.
Yep, a lot of their staff, we have brothers that work down there from our staff. So there's a Sims that works down there. There's a Samuels that works down there. We've got some former coaches that are there. So a lot of tight knit connection there with people. So it was one of those atmospheres where you're lined up during the game and you want to beat each other, but at the end of the day, you're still shaking hands and
Right. So the first quarter, what was the score?
I believe we were up 7-0 at the end of the first.
And half?
The half was 10-0.
So
and I think, yep.
Did they adjust after the half? Then you guys were up 17-0. A pretty good team, very well coached team on both sides. But did you make any adjustments, or you just stayed to your game plan and say, hey, it's working, let's just keep going at it? Or did you see any difference on their defense to stop your offense?
We made a few adjustments, blocking scheme-wise, but not many.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, we've seen a few plays that they did that would have hurt us down the road, and so we made a few adjustments to those, but stuff was working. So, when the saying is, when it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So,
right, yeah. I bet you rode the horse Saturday and had fun, didn't you? Smiled.
Oh yeah, it was a good next week. So Pat, after any win, you're always happy and smiling.
Oh God, yes, yeah.
Your kids come out and execute.
Right.
Some wins are bigger than others, but we just had homecoming and played a very big, tough Chip Hills team that's getting better every week, and they gave us all we wanted the first quarter, and then we finally stepped it up a little bit. But happy after that because it's homecoming for the kids.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, that's right. See, I was gone last week. You played Belding a week or so ago, didn't you?
Yeah, it was week 2, so last week was Chip, yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't talk to you last week, neither did Brian or Adam, so that's good that we talked about Belding. Let's talk about Chippewa Hills. Do you think they've improved?
Oh, yeah. They've got some athletes. They're definitely getting better.
Mm-hmm.
They got some size up front. They always have physical, tough kids, too. So some of it's just age right now, I think, for them.
Yeah, they're a young team.
Yep.
Okay. What was the score on that game? I guess I missed it. I apologize. I know you beat them. It was in the paper there, but overwhelmingly you beat them, didn't you?
It was 42-0, yeah.
Yeah. So their offense, they have a lot of work to do there. Obviously, their defense, they need some work there too. But they are good people over there. I mean, it's just unfortunate they don't have a Scott over there, huh?
Coach Belong's a good coach, and like I said, he's got it going in the right direction. It just, like anything else, it takes time. And when I've been here at Reed City for 21 years, coaching under Monty, and then turning into head coach. So I've seen the process of turning things around and how it goes about, and it takes time. And once it starts clicking and kids know what the expectation is, they want to live up to that expectation. So
yeah, you don't have a problem with that in Reed City, do you? Everybody buys into that program. Every year they do, those kids up there. Did you ever have anybody walk off your team and say, I've had enough, I can't handle this, it's too much?
You have a few here and there, just might be because it sounded like a good idea to play and then really wasn't their cup of tea. And,
sure.
But not many. We demand a lot out of the kids, so they know coming into it if they're gonna do it, they're gonna have to put in a lot of time and work, not just in the summer during the season, and they're sacrificing a lot. But it also helps when you have your coaching staff. I have a great coaching staff that returns year in and year out because it's not a one-man show. I can't do it by myself. So hats off to my coaches, man. They're also here, and the kids get comfortable with them, and and it's a lot about building relationships with them, and celebrating the wins, and dealing with the rough times when you lose games too.
Yeah. Well, you got great parents up there too. I mean, they have so much pride up in Reed City, and I just never see anybody being disgruntled in your football program. We won't say anything about the other sports, but football, I know you guys have a great support staff from the parents up there in the community, like John Williams, that been there for 100 years, and just continuing being very, very proud people up there, and I admire that. I love your close-knit family. Now, that being said, coming up, a few more words from you on what's coming up Friday night. Who are you playing? Do you have a execution plan on it, or what? Play your game plan.
Yeah, first of all, the community and the parents, they are awesome around here, man. They support and love their football, so I couldn't be happier.
I know.
It's awesome to coach here. As far as this week, we're at Grant. Execution plan is, win the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, win the turnover battle, and have our kids execute and finish on all plays and every play and just do their job. So all we preach in practice is getting better every day, and that's what we want to do. Is we want to get better as a team every day. It doesn't matter who our opponent is.
Yeah.
We're just trying to improve on us getting better as the season goes on.
Has Grant got a pretty good program this year? I don't follow on my.
I think they're 1-2 right now. They're under new leadership again. They've had a lot of turnover in coaches, so it makes it rough.
Yeah, it does.
They're young also too, so they're getting better. I think they got hit with the injury bug last week a little bit with Tri-County, so that all factors into a lot when your numbers aren't great and you're young, and all of a sudden now you're trying to replace guys, so it makes it a little more tough. Yeah. But they're in the right direction. There's no doubt about it.
Well, one last thing I wanted to know is how big is your line on both sides? What's the average weight on your offensive line first?
We're a lot smaller than what we were last year, but I would say we collectively are close to like an average between 2 and 215 maybe. I think our biggest kid is maybe 260 this year, so we're not small, but we're not huge. Like last year we had a 315 or about, yeah, he's about 300 pounds, 315 at left tackle, and then our right tackle was about 270. So we're a little smaller than what we were last year.
Wow.
So our center and guard last year that graduated too were easily both over 250. So
wow.
So we're not huge, but we got kids that can get off the ball. I think we're a little faster off the ball than what we've been in the previous years. So getting better at that stuff.
Yeah. Defensive line.
About the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes there's different kids that are a little bit lighter, but we don't. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we want to thank you for coming on the show this morning. It's always great. You always put a smile on my face because your enthusiasm up in Reed City, I just love it. And I love Big Rapids, and I love Chip Hills, Morley Stanwood too. But Reed City Coyotes are just, it's really a special community up there, school. Everybody has their problems, but when it comes to backings, I don't know if there's a little town in Michigan any better than the Reed City people. I really don't. I just came off from going up north with the group, the Ringlers and the Gerbers and the Enuses and the Weckelmans and Jack Green and Carey. I just never have a better time than going with those people up north. They're just such a great group of people, and you can just see the love for one another, especially when you get about 12 beers in them. And just great people. They don't brag about what they've done. They brag about what they have. They have good friends. And that's Reed City Coyotes. So, well, thanks again, Scott. Anything
I agree
else?
with you. I agree with you 100% on that comment, Pat. 100%.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thanks a lot for coming on. Hopefully we'll have you on next week, and we'll be talking about Grant and the Reed City Coyotes again.
Sounds good, Pat. Appreciate the phone call again. You guys have a great day.
Yep. Thank you, Scott, for taking your time.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
Yep. Well, that was Scott Schenkel, head coach from the Reed City Coyotes.
Right.
You all know how I feel about him up there. I really appreciate him taking the time out during the day and talking a little bit about it, the Reed City Coyotes and their football program. Up next, after this little break, we're going to come and we're going to talk to our, very famous coach right now.
Oh,
The Big Rapids
go.
Cardinal history is Mike Seltzer. Is going to be coming up at 9:25. So we got a 2-minute break to talk a little bit about Roxanne and that group down at Zot's Bar. If you're looking for something great to eat at lunchtime, hamburgers, oh my gosh, there's soups. There's none like them. I like the seafood chowder on Friday. Of course, their chicken noodle, that's their famous one from many, many years. But Roxanne just gives you that hometown feeling when you go into that bar. She's the first one right there to greet you with that beautiful smile. And I saw her yesterday. She had her hair done. It makes her look like 10 years younger. I'm sure Doug was all over that last night. But anyway, it's just, she looks so pretty in there with her new haircut. And Jules cut it. Jules Depew, we all know her from E&M hair place, hairdressing place, Loretta Zimmerman there on Michigan Avenue. But anyway, and then we have Big Rapids Tire, Andrew Brock. They're kind of like two of a kind, but they're different. One's a male and one's a female.
Okay.
And Andrew does a great job at Big Rapids Tire. Every time I come in from the north, I look at his beautiful building. Steve did a great job before him. His dad and Randy did a great job building that business up back in the day. But this Andrew is even going to that third kind of like generational group that is doing a great job. He's got a beautiful place there. It isn't just a tire place. It's kind of a nice little monument when you come in from the north of Big Rapids.
Yep. Yeah. Nice sign. And, of course, Daggett Gilbert Funeral Home.
And Daggett Gilbert Funeral Home. You don't want to go there, but if you have to, you're going to be cared for, and they do a great job. What's his name there? Alec is going to be the head baseball coach. So if something happens out, you're not feeling well and you think your time is coming near, go to a baseball game, Alec can take care of the game, and then he can take care of you too.
In the afterlife. Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool that you get that benefit.
Sure.
Hope it's not me, but anyway, Daggett Gilbert.
You're gonna live forever.
Been there forever, never Daggett Gilbert Funeral Home. So let's take a break, buddy,
got
and
it.
I'll hit the bottom.
All right.
Come say cheers in Zott's Bar and Grill. Downtown Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people. So come on down where everybody knows your name. Zott's Bar and Grill, the People's Choice Best Soup winner. The burgers are where it's at. Originally opened in 1933 with seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Zott's Bar and Grill is a proud sponsor of the Signature Player of the Week for the Hot Stove Sports League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
This is Alec Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barrington. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us. We're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care, with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barrington.
When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout, or worse, visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town.
Looked at Curries.
Pete, why do you come to Curries?
I go in there for breakfast every single morning, Pack, except the week. Well, on Sunday. I usually go to church. But I love the scrambled eggs and bacon and toast. Homemade.
All right, yeah.
Hey, talk about strong coffee, strong people. Big Rapids Cardinals, I believe, are undefeated. I think that's what Coach Mike likes the most in life is winning. And I appreciate you taking a few minutes out this morning, Mike, from your busy schedule.
Got to tell him you're on the air, Mike. So.
Yeah, you're on the air, Mike. Well, I think you knew that, didn't you?
Yeah, but we had to say that.
I did.
But anyway, I'm going to try to let you talk as much as possible. I just want to throw this in there. I stopped at Roxy's last night at Zott's here and got a couple hats, and I was going to give a Zott's Bar hat away that they just had made up here recently. They're beautiful hats, and I was going to give it to the fifth caller in, but Bob informed me, and thank you, Bob, for doing that.
We're using the phone line.
Save me a hat.
Unless you want them to call your phone.
No, we'll just do it some other day. But Zott's have new hats in there. They're beautiful. Enough said. Mike, you had a big week last week.
We did. Yep. We had a good week. It was homecoming, so a lot of festivities throughout the week, and kind of capped off with the homecoming dance Saturday night, and preceded by the homecoming game Friday night.
Tri-County?
This week we have Tri-County. Last week we had Newaygo.
Yeah, Newaygo. So you kind of want it kind of easy, or I don't mean to, knock Newaygo, but you guys have a really well-rounded football team this year, don't you?
I think that's one of the strengths, that comes with the experienced roster that we have is, on both sides of the ball, we've been able to put some experienced guys into positions. And, I think that kind of showed on Newaygo's first play of the game. They're traditionally, the last couple of years, have been a T team and not spread. And they shifted into a no-back set. And so no running backs, just all wide receivers. And, usually when things like that happen, a less experienced team has to use a timeout because we hadn't practiced them in an empty set all week. But our guys have seen those situations before, and we were able to adjust our coverage and roll our defense. And, they ran like a little rocket screen out of that, and we were on top of it right away. So, I think that experience that we have pays off in a lot of situations that aren't always, prepared for.
So what was the ending score again?
The ending score was, I think, 56-0. 56-0.
Did they go back to their old offense?
Yeah, in their first drive they tried a couple of things, but it didn't really rattle our guys. So they went back to what they had traditionally done and what we had prepared for.
Yeah, your defense is pretty tough, aren't they? I mean, they're pretty intelligent too, aren't they?
Yeah, it's nice because when you get that experienced group of kids, you can add more things to it and it not slow them down. And I think that's one of the strengths is our kids know what they're doing, so they don't have to think a lot. It's already ingrained in what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to react, and they get to fly to the ball. And that's the key to any great defense is to be able to not hesitate, fly to the ball, and get, all 11 guys around the ball carrier or the receiver.
Yeah. So your defensive line, they rushed them pretty good, eh?
Our D-line had another great season, or a great game this season, and put pressure on the run game. And I would say our 4 linebackers there did an outstanding job this week as well. When you got Trenton Mussel and Freddie Ortiz as your outside backers, and you got Jonathan Lazinski and Jack Bowman and Bryce Selzer at those inside linebackers, they got great range and they can help out on the pass as well as help out on the run.
Yeah. Who is there a leader? Because when you just mentioned those names, and I love it when coaches mention names, but is there a leader, one that's up there as far as saying, okay, guys, this is what we're going to do here, I mean, do you have, I guess it's called a captain on that backfield?
We have, our 2 middle linebackers, whether it's Jack and Bryce or Johnny and Bryce, those guys are in charge of calling the defense. We have, experience in the backfield, like our defensive backs, Kurt Wilbur and Wyatt Skiera and Owen Craven, and Seth Perdue. We have experience back there. So our coverage shell, they call out their coverage and any adjustments they have. Our linebackers call out, what the defense is, what blitz we have on or what stunt we have on. And they also call out any pre-snap keys that they see. So you'll see our linebackers doing a lot of pointing and a lot of talking pre-snap, which helps out everybody. So, that's one of the strengths, and that's something that we're really kind of pushing. And, you say that, but yesterday that was a point of emphasis is, our communication has to be obnoxious. We have to have everybody echoing calls. We have to have everybody calling out what they see. And our point yesterday was we need to be obnoxious with that so there's no miscommunication. Everybody in the stand should be hearing us talking and seeing us communicate.
I think I heard you say Jonathan Lazinski is a linebacker?
Yep. Jonathan is a middle linebacker and an offensive, or our center.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, and that's what I was going to bring up. Isn't that kind of unusual for those two positions to be from one man? Don't they normally go from defensive line to offensive line? Or
yeah, well, that's how it has been. With Earl Schuberg there for us the last 3 years, and so normally you have that heavier center, but Jonathan is a pretty strong kid, and so he's been able to hold his own. Snapping the ball for us. He moved from guard. Last year he was guard, and this year we needed that experience when we lost Schuberg to graduation. So having that experienced lineman in there has kind of helped out that offensive line quite a bit.
Well, but I mean, last year did he play linebacker too, Lazinski?
Yeah, he was a guard and a linebacker, which is a more traditional. Usually your middle linebackers are either guards or running backs on offense.
Right.
And so, in our offense, our guards got to be pretty mobile because we do a lot of pulling and a lot of trapping and leading our running backs out around the edge. So Jonathan might be a little bit of an undersized center, but he is a traditional linebacker build.
How about running game? Who had a big running game Friday night there, your backfield?
That's kind of the thing about our run game is that, we have 5 different guys who can carry the ball at any time. And it was pretty even. Last week Jack Bowman had 11 carries and 95 yards with a touchdown, and he had 2 big plays called back. Cole Heiss had 7 carries, 62 yards, 2 touchdowns. Freddie Ortiz, another 4 carries. So we had 7 different guys carry the ball. Everybody gets some good yardage. And, to complement that is our passing game when we had 7 different receivers each catch a pass as well. A couple of them caught 3. And so that has kept us pretty balanced. When I run our self-scouting report, we're at a 60% run and 40% pass. So we're still pretty balanced between our run and pass game, and that's because we have some pretty good athletes at all spots. So, just try to distribute that ball and keep the defenses off balance.
Who's your receivers then?
Kind of out at the split receivers are Owen Craven, and, he had a big touchdown catch for us on Friday. And then at the other split is Trent Muscle.
Oh, yeah.
And so he had a nice touchdown catch that opening drive of the second half. We fed him a couple of times. He caught a rocket and got 26 yards, and then the next play we came right back to him and he caught a fade in the end zone. So those are our 2 kind of outside guys. And then on the inside we have Kurt Wilbur, Wyatt Skiera, and Danny Langell is kind of our all-purpose running back. You'll see him come in for a couple of reps at quarterback and short yardage situations, and he bounced one out for, I think it was like a 34-yard touchdown Friday night.
Wow, I see you had Baby in there this week too.
Yep, Baby, he had a good game on JV the last couple of weeks, and we were able to get him in and run that fourth quarter offense for us. So, the whole plan there is to get him experience so that if something were to happen, that we have another experienced guy stepping in.
Right. Did he get to throw the ball at all?
He was 1 for 1 on passes. He hit Kale Harsh on a slant for a 6-yard gain. He's getting the reps in there at reading what the defenses are doing and looking at making changes at the line like Cole does.
Well, you mentioned that name. He threw it to Kyle Harsh.
Kalen Harsh.
He's a new name. Is he off the bench too, or?
Yep, he moved here from Cadillac last year or this summer, and so that's his first year with us.
What class is he in?
He's a junior, so we'll get another year with him as well. And so just a big change coming from a new school to our system. It takes a while, and Cal has done an outstanding job of diving in and understanding our verbiage and understanding how we do things. And he's been a great addition, extremely hardworking kid, super nice kid. He fits in well. He fits in well with our guys in our program, and he's a good addition to the Big Rapids community.
I seen it was a nice picture in the Pioneer, Baby Brandt getting a touchdown. Was that a play called, or did he do that on his own, or did you guys plan that, or? No.
So let's see here. Baby had 2 rushing touchdowns on Friday night.
Wow.
And I think I said this before. When we run our offense, we have I think it's 10 run plays, and only one of them does the quarterback not have a decision to make.
Okay.
So our whole offense is based off of the quarterback making decisions predicated on what the defense does. So, when we call plays, we never call them for a player. So his read told him that he needed to keep that ball and on both of those plays, and he was able to keep it and find pay dirt.
They say he's got fast feet. Is that true?
Yeah, he's got good top-end speed, and he's got good hips, and, he's a Brandt, so he's a strong kid.
Yeah, it comes from Sherrill.
So, he brings a load. He's not easy to tackle.
Yeah. His dad played in Michigan State, but so he's got good blood there. What did, talking about Baby a little bit, how long were his runs? I was I was fortunate to be up in the UP, loving it up there, so I missed the game.
Let me see here. Baby here had 3 runs for 67 yards, and his long was 43. So he took the one in from 43 yards.
Wow. Did he have great blocking, or is he a juke guy, or what?
Anytime our running backs get touchdowns, it's because the linemen put in good blocks in front of them. And they'll be the first ones to say that. And then I'm recalling that 43-yard run. He had a nice hole opened up, and he hit the cutback like he was supposed to. And then our backside receivers all maintained good blocks up there. So, that's one of the things our coaches do a great job of doing. Gus Rangel is our receivers coach, and he does a great job of spending time on stalk blocking and finding those details so that when the running back does cut back, our receivers are working hard. And our skill guys know that when they get a touchdown, it's because all 11 guys did their job.
Yeah. Cole Heist, you said he had 3 touchdowns?
Cole had 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns. Let me double check here.
Yeah, that's good.
Cole had 2 rushing touchdowns, 7 carries, 62 yards, and he had 2 passing touchdowns.
Were they long runs for touchdowns, or were they short?
Cole's long one was a 24-yarder. We ran a midline on that play, so he was reading what the defensive tackle was doing. The defensive tackle slammed down on Jack Bowman, and Cole kept it off the right side and hit from 24 yards out. And then he did an excellent job of throwing the ball. He was 14 for 17 passing.
Wow.
Accuracy was there, and 2 of them were touchdown balls in the end zone.
Yeah, experience helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, experience
He's a
helps,
smart
and
kid.
with Cole, it's like having another coach on the field because he has that green light to change a play at the line. If he doesn't like how the defense is lined up against the play that's called, then he gets to change it at the line of scrimmage, which is a big help for us.
Yeah, on the defensive line, I'm not just trying to pick people, but I known Max Bowman for a long, long time. When he went to St. Mary's there, I've always liked Max. He's a very fine young man. How'd he do in defensive side of the ball?
Max did an outstanding job. One of the strengths for Max is we can put him at defensive end or nose guard. And so he split time between those two. And, we had to let him know that the greatest flattery a team can give him is run away from him. And so Nuego was running away from Max quite a bit. They had a right-handed quarterback, and a lot of their passing stuff was roll out to their right. So we had Max at left end quite a bit, and that forced their quarterback to roll opposite side of his throwing motion, which really helped our defensive out. The quarterback couldn't get comfortable.
Who's on the other side?
Usually Braylon Counselor is there, or we'll go with Bradley DeBruni or Mason Boyd. A couple of our little, I don't want to say small, but smaller than Max, which most guys are. And they're a little bit more of an edge rusher. So Max's strength is to help flush that quarterback to the other guys. We had Luke Griffiths played a nose guard. And I would say on both sides of the ball, this was Luke's best week. He did an outstanding job of blocking at right tackle for us and improved. Each week he's improved. And on Friday last week, he had an outstanding game. One of those unsung hero type games where,
that's what I like to hear.
People in the stands, he's not going to have his name in the paper, but he's the reason a lot of those plays went big.
Talk about Vapor, Bryce Boyd there. I know his dad, Josh, real well, on the mother's side real well. Comes from the Brown blood. Larry Brown's his great-grandfather. Knew Larry real well. So he comes from good blood. I won't mention all the aunts and uncles because I know them all and I like them all. They're good people. They've been a foundation of Big Rapids to the community for many, many years. Josh is an outsider, came into Big Rapids, married an insider, produced a man that I would say is a very reputable man for Big Rapids. He had a big game here. I seen something in the paper about him. Talk about him a little bit.
Mason Boyd did a great job. Where Mason really shines is he has a passion for special teams. So when you watch our kickoff, Mason's wearing 54, and he's usually the first one down there. And what he does that's really selfless and part of that team concept is he's going down to find the walls that the return team are setting up, and with reckless abandon, he flies into those walls to break them up so the return guy doesn't have a place to go. And that allows those other headhunters and lane guys to make tackles. So his effort and selflessness is outstanding when it comes to our special team stuff. And each week he got his reps on the defensive and offensive side have increased, and he keeps getting better as the season goes on. And that's what we need. We need to improve week after week.
Sound like Scott up in Reed City. You guys are a lot alike. Great coaches. But anyway, what year is he in then?
So I'm seeing that we have to focus on those details, and our assistant coaches are outstanding at it. We get a game plan together on a Sunday night when we meet, and we relay that to the kids, and then we focus on those details and get the guys to be confident in what they're doing and why we're doing it. And so each week, we're hoping to improve and get everybody that experience. This week our school's been hit with the flu bug and congestion and strep, and so this week's practices have had to look a little bit different because we got a lot of guys who are having to take care of their bodies. So we're preaching hydration and nutrition this week.
Right. Who do you play Friday?
Friday we play Tri-County, and they're 3-0, and Phil Butler does an outstanding job there. He's one of the good coaches, great for kids, and a great guy, and he does things right. So they're 3-0, and they've been moving the ball pretty well and have had staunch defense. So we're going to have a good game on Friday. Yeah,
you guys both know each other as well as a brother and sister know each other. So really it's going to come out to horsepower, which hopefully your boys will all be well. If they're not, it's going to be, it's just going to be what it is, and life goes on. But unfortunately, because those two teams know each other very well, as we know Reed City, the same thing, and it usually comes down to horsepower, doesn't it?
Yeah, it comes down to which team makes the fewest mistakes.
Yeah.
And if we can go out and execute and control what we can control, and put ourselves in the right spot and execute, I know they're going to try to do the same thing. So it's going to come down to who can make the fewest mistakes and who can make the biggest play.
Yeah. Well, boy, I tell you what, you've been great to interview. I love it. You and Scott, two great guys. I really enjoy this. I was telling the guys in the station, at the mayor's table, they were saying, "Who's your guest today?" I said, "Well, my guests are from Reed City and from Big Rapids, and they're all coming down." I says, "No, they're good business people. They realize they have to be at their places, and they're fortunate, and I'm fortunate that they'll interview me over the phone, or interview them over the phone. And I'm very grateful for you to be here, Mike. I think you're a very good person, and Big Rapids is just lucky to call you their head coach, and your assistants.
I appreciate that, and we're fortunate to be in such a good community with such a good school. I had to tell one of Pat Craven came from Everett, and we were Thursday night before the JV game, and we're sitting in the stadium, and our players are getting ready, and Jess, our trainer, is getting stuff set up, and I had a kid come up to me with a helmet issue, and it wasn't something I had the tools to fix, and I said, "Go see Jess, she's got it." And I looked at Pat and I said, I've been here 11 years, and I still don't take any of this for granted. It's amazing to me, the community support and how beautiful our facilities are. You walk around our school, and it's better than anybody else in the area because we have such a great custodial staff and ground staff that they just make our stadium look beautiful. And our community supports our programs, and that's we're really fortunate to be here, so I appreciate that much.
Well, I was at the little guys game there Saturday, and I won't go into the parking situation because we're going to rectify that here coming up in the next year or so. But you got some good little ball players coming up, and I think it's going to be a great next 10, 12 years. Hopefully you're going to stick around to take a hold of those boys and make them be a state championship team if they all stick together.
We'll take each season as it comes, and I love to see full covers. That's for sure.
Well, Well, God bless you, Mike. Thanks a lot
I
for coming on the
appreciate it.
program.
Thank you, guys.
Hopefully we can do this a weekly thing, eh?
Sounds good to me.
All right, Mike. Thanks a lot, and good luck
Thank you,
against
Mike.
Tri-County.
Bye.
All right, Bob, we're going to take a quick break and thank Zots Bar, and we'll come right back with another guest.
This is Alec
Emily.
Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barrington. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us. You know, we're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barrington.
When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout, or worse, visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town. Come say cheers at Zots Bar and Grill in Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people, where everybody knows your name. Zots, people's choice for best soup. You don't want to miss their award-winning burgers and chili as well. Originally opened in 1933 and serving it up ever since. Seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Roxanne and Doug at Zots Bar and Grill are proud sponsors of the Signature Player of the Week for the Curries Hot Stove League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
All right,
you're back.
we're back, Bob. We're calling Emily Van Coolen, the one and only that would marry Joe Van Coolen.
Hello?
Emily,
No, this is Rachel. I'm busy working.
Rachel,
Yes.
this is Pat Curry.
Hi,
And-
Pat. How are you today?
Good, thank you for asking. You're the first one that asked me that. Bob didn't even ask me that, did you, Bob?
And you're on the air, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Bob likes that. He thinks I corner people. But anyway,
Called ambush radio.
Emily and I talked earlier and said that you'd maybe expand on the volleyball team a little bit, what happened last week and what happened this week. And yeah.
Yep, go ahead. Go ahead. Do you have any specific questions that you...
In volleyball, how many games do you play a week?
It really depends on the week. This week we had one game last night. Next week we have a tournament on Saturday, which is anywhere from 3 to 8 games. Some weeks we have 2 games. Some weeks, it really just depends on the week.
Sure. So who did you play last night, you said?
Yep, we played Newego.
How did that turn out?
We actually played pretty well. We did not win, but the girls performed exceptionally well with defense and serve receive and serving.
Volleyball, you have 3 sets, right? Is that what you call it?
So the varsity level, we play 5 sets.
Oh, 5. And you go up
Yes.
to 25?
We do for the first 4, and then the last one is 15.
Okay. So last night you went 5 games. Or did
We went 4.
they beat you in 3 out of the 4?
No, yes, that's correct.
Okay.
We won the first set, and then they won the 3 after that.
How do you win the first set and then they come back and win 3? What changes in a game like that? The dynamics of the girls or what?
It can. It was super hot in their gym, so I think the energy levels just might have, dwindled a little bit. But overall, it's a game of errors. So really just who makes the errors on either side of the net. It's kind of determines who's going to win or lose.
Yeah. So attitude has a lot to do with that. Do you guys really have to work with the girls as far as that goes, and as far as the mental disappointment? They're down, say they're down 5-1. Do they get down on themselves, and it's pretty hard at that age because they're not adults yet, and a lot of things in their lives are going on right now, and it's kind of like a no boom, you know.
Yeah, so Emily and I and Dale, we strive, we're really big on culture. So our team has very positive outlook on things. So we really strive just to maintain that positivity and, you know, be a good team and like as far as sportsmanship and just keep focusing on like you can't change what just happened, but we can refocus on what we're going to do next and picturing the plays that we're going to do and then just executing those plays. We do use our timeouts sometimes to, you know, bring the focus back in or remind the girls that it's okay, we're just going to move on and leave that in the past and let's just refocus and, you know, get the next point.
Now, is Newaygo one of the top teams you play all year?
Right now, it's so hard to tell. I believe that they are in the higher standings currently. With the season, you know, we are still fairly early in the season, so a lot can change. I suspect us to be moving up towards the top closer to the end of the season. So that's kind of right now, it's really hard to tell.
How many games have you had?
Oh,
I mean, like
1, 2. I think this is our 4th conference game.
Okay. What's the record so far then out of 4?
We won, I think we are 1 for 4.
1 for 4? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not what you wanted to be then, eh?
No, but we also don't want to peak this early in the season.
Right.
You know, we've really focused on, you know, some fundamental skills, taking it back, and the girls are very, very impressive with what skills we have worked on, and now we're gonna, so that was like serving, defense, serve, receive. Now we're gonna move more towards like our offense, which is where, you know, we gain more of our points. So we're really trying to peak closer to the end of the season, which is right, we're right on track so that, you know, we can come into districts, you know, at our peak.
Does everybody go to districts then in volleyball? Doesn't matter what the record is?
I think it depends. Yeah, I think we all go and compete based off of like where we're placed.
I understand. Yeah. Hey, how about, are you senior heavy, junior heavy? Are you young?
So we have 5 seniors this year. So those will graduate. But our main players, I mean, we have 1 freshman, a couple sophomores. We're kind of all over the place.
Yeah. Lydia Fitzpatrick, right?
Yeah.
She's my little doll. She works for me at the gas station. Such a positive girl, just a beautiful smile. She's pretty important to that team, I bet, isn't she?
Yeah, so she's been a captain the last few years.
Okay.
She's our starting setter. She's our floor captain. She definitely plays a major role for our team.
Who's your tall girls, you might say? It's kind of nice to have those taller girls playing, right?
Yeah, our average height level isn't that great, but we have the freaky girls who have amazing verticals, so they definitely make up for that height.
2 of them? 2 freaky girls?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they're good in everything. Their dad's a great guy. We won't talk about him. I always break him enough up. He was coaching the other day down there, the Cardinal sidelines with the little guys. And boy, he's just, he's real. But anyway, who do you have a 6'4" girl in there or no?
No, we don't have anyone that tall.
I bet Newaygo had tall girls, didn't they?
They had a couple.
Yeah. How about Reed City? Are they pretty good this year again?
Yeah.
Have you played
they are.
them?
We played them on September 9th.
Okay. How did you fare on that one?
We did not win that one.
Okay.
But
we won't talk
again,
about it.
we took it to 4 sets.
Wow.
So we were still competitive with them. We just didn't get the win.
Right. Yeah, it takes time, you know, and they're learning, right? Hey, you know, get to the end of the season. Who are you playing this week then in the tournament? Who's all coming? Is it coming to Big Rapids?
So, nope, it's in Lake Odessa, downstate, and it's the top 10 teams in the state.
Oh, my
Lord. We're definitely going to gain some good playing experience.
Yeah, Yeah. You gotta go and play the best to be the best, right?
Correct.
So, are they from all southeastern Michigan? I know Lake Odessa is going to be in it, but are they all from the south, or is some of the northern teams coming down?
Petoskey, I know Grand Rapids Christian's going to be there, and then some central Michigan teams.
Who sets that all up? Emily gets that together, or does your AD do that?
The athletic director.
Okay, yeah. So it's like, why did you put us in there?
We went last year, and we had a really great time with our girls, and they gained a lot of great experience playing those higher level teams.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that you're in it. You played volleyball, I guess, in high school?
I did.
Yeah. Your dad was a good volleyball player.
Yeah, he was.
I played against him.
He loved it.
Yes, he did. He took it serious. We were out there just waiting for drink afterwards, the pop afterwards.
WBZX Big Rapids.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. I'm sorry. We're going to run over a little bit, but that's okay. But anyway, so you're having fun, right, Rachel? I mean, you and Miss Van Coolen there. She's in her third year, I think, now. Right?
I'm in her 5th year. This is my 3rd year.
Oh, my God. 5 years already.
Yeah, time flies when they're having fun.
Yeah, really. Well, we're glad to have you on. Hopefully this will be a weekly thing that we can call you up, see how the little girls, and I shouldn't say little girls, see how the Cardinal ladies are doing in volleyball. We appreciate what you do for our community. You and Emily are staples. I don't know if you realize it or not, but 10 years down the road, those little girls, young Cardinal ladies are going to thank you for what you did for them in their lives at this time. Thank you for coming on.
Pat.
Yep. Take care. God bless, Rachel.
Yep. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
All right, Bobby, let's thank our sponsors.
Right.
Do we have to stop her now, or?
Yeah, because I called the tennis event and they went to voicemail. So
right. So they must
probably went on to whatever they were doing.
They were in class. John Coles is teaching down there in Grand Valley, and we had a couple of his boys playing, young men playing. Supposed to have been talking to Isaac Wilhelm and Jacal Strickland, and they're both probably in class. And we just had a great show today, Bob.
There you go,
I really enjoy it. I'll tell you what, these guys are making men out of boys. Big Rapids, I think.
And women out of ladies. And
I was going to get to that, but thank you, Bob.
You're welcome.
No, God bless you. But, I just want to say something. Sports is very important, but it's what they learn from sports is even more important. And that's teamwork, respecting one another. And I think we as adults have to stop and realize that these young people are watching us. We're being mentors the way we are treating each other right now. And they're looking at it, and I'm sure a lot of them are saying, why do these people do this to each other? Are we not all Americans and we all want one thing, and that's better for our community, for our country, and for the world? It goes back to that song, We Are the World. Did you ever see how that was made?
They brought everybody into the studio, yep.
Yeah.
Check your egos at the door. That was the sign.
Right. Yeah. So we should, that would be lovely if we could get all the rights and the lefts together and just say, really, what's it all about? Really, Bob, what is it all about?
Yep.
Is it to please ourselves or to please others? I would say it's to please others, isn't it? To take care of your brother and sister.
Sure.
Huh?
Yep.
Isn't it what God wants us to do?
Philosophical here, yeah.
What's going on right now. But anyway, Bob, it's a couple minutes after 10. I've taken up an hour of your life. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I have thoroughly enjoyed these phone conversations with Scott and Mike and
that makes
Rachel.
life easier, and we got the facility to do that, so it's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, God bless you, Bob. God bless America. Until the next time.
You got it. And we want to thank our sponsors, the Daggett Gilbert Funeral Home, also Zots Bar and Grill. No signature player this week, obviously, but we want to thank them. And Big Rapids Tire, our sponsors this morning.
And I know Paris Auto is a sponsor of our Curries Corner. I just want to touch on those for a little bit.
Sure.
I bragged about Steve Brock's son Andrew refacing Big Rapids Tire. It's beautiful coming in from the north side of Big Rapids. It literally stands out. Okay, enough said. Go around the curve, and what do you see? This beautiful, newly renovated building on the corner of Marion and State Street.
Yep.
Steve Cusimano from Paris Auto has actually 3 locations. That's one of his locations too.
Right.
And look how beautiful the paving's all been done. My nephews, Zach and Levi, redid his covering of the pavement. It's all nice and black.
Nice.
Black's beautiful. And then the covering of his building is beautiful.
Yep.
So if you get a chance, stop by Paris
Well, they've got a
Auto
grand
and thank
opening
them.
this Saturday. They're
Do
doing
they?
very, yep. That's,
Yeah. Well, Boyd Brower there, he's one of their top salesmen out there. And I tell you what separates Boyd from a lot of salesmen. And you know what that is, Bob? And I'm honest. I'm being honest.
Okay, go ahead.
Is caring.
Mm-hmm.
He cares about after the sale, what happens to you and what happens to your vehicle.
Right.
Boyd will give you the best deal. He'll look for any car that you want. Enough said.
Yep.
See Boyd at Paris Auto. Thanks again, Steve Cusimano, for doing everything you do for Big Rapids. God bless Zots Bar for sponsoring us, Big Rapids Tire, and
Daggett Gilbert.
Funeral Home.
We get you right there. Yeah.
God bless America.
Alec, yep.
Enough said.
All right. 5 after 10, B1039.